Yo, what's up guys? Thank you so much for being so active on my recent video. It's amazing, so that means I will be continuing making videos in English, what's good for you definitely and maybe for me as well. That means today we have a very important video. Today I'm going to talk about doing a custom water cooling on my GPU, that means graphics card. I mean, it's GTX 1080 Ti, so it might be not really the time to upgrade it and make videos about this, but I still think it's very important because during this all shortage of GPUs, we really need to keep safe our video cards we have right now. That means water cooling will really help it to last longer. Alright, let's start with the fact that I already had custom water cooling on my CPU, what means it's from IKEA water blocks, and it really worked well, so the upgrade for me wasn't that expensive as it would be to do whole custom water system from beginning. The quick fact I want to establish that I don't care about the looks of my PC inside because I never see it under the table. That means it needs to be comfortable and upgradable in the future, so like hard tubes wouldn't be possible. Alright, let's get to the parts. The first thing we got is a water block. It's from Bixby. I think it's about $80 and it should be fine comparing to IKEA water block one. The next thing is a triple radiator from Barrow. It's okay, the build quality and materials is not as good as IKEA water blocks one, but it still does the job. We have IKEA fittings and tubes which I had left over from the previous custom build, and it should work as well. And the last but not least, I got some fans from Noctua. They should work perfectly. I did use them before and I know it's really good product. To start with, we deassembled the PC and started to get rid of the water which was inside. After we drained all the water, we started thinking where all the parts should go. For example, we did need to remove the pump and move it to the side of the case in order to be able to put the new radiator on the front of the case. During the process, I understood that I won't be able to get to my M2 SSDs, which are covered by a plate on my motherboard. So I decided to move all my M2 SSDs under the lid, put them in there and keep them safe, so I will still have another slot expandable in DIMM2 slot. After moving the pump to the new location, we started screwing on the new fans to the radiator. After placing radiator on front of the case, we needed to get a water block on the GPU. Firstly, we need to deassemble the GPU and also remove the old thermal paste. Next, we applied thermal pads on the memory chips and also some power chips. We did get some thermal pads in the box, but it wasn't enough and they were not thick enough, so I had to use some of mine. Next, we applied new thermal paste to the GPU and started screwing on water block, making sure that it connects with all the thermal pads and that there is enough pressure on the GPU spreading the thermal paste. Putting the card back together, we wanted to place it into slot 1 PCI Express where it was before, but unfortunately we were not able to do this because RAM slots and the clips, they didn't allow us to put the card in because of the backplate of the water block, so we had to move it to the second slot, which is still 16x PCI Express, and it should be fine. After placing the GPU onto the new place, we started looking at the tubes. In summary, that's what we decided. From the pump, the tubes goes to the radiator, from the radiator to the GPU, from GPU into the second radiator, and from there to the processor, and from processor back to the pump. We also did use old tubes and we cut off its ends, so they will be new and shiny and beautiful and will last for longer. But anyway, all the tubes were attached, screwed with fittings, and the main point now is to get the liquid in. But before that, we placed a lot of toilet paper around, so if there is any leakage, it will help us at least a little. We started filling the pump with liquid, at the same time turning on the PC so the water will start circulating, and it was all good. No any leakage, no water somewhere, I don't know, it's all good, it's perfect. We did have some bubbles left in the water block, but we moved the PC around in order to get rid of them. There's still some left, but they will be gone by itself in some time. So what are the results and what did I got? But before, let's talk about the temperatures I did have before the upgrade. So the GPU in the full load was 84 degrees, what is okay for 1080 Ti Founders Edition, and the hotspot was 95. I think it's memory chips and it's pretty much high. Before the upgrade I thought that the new temperatures will be around 55-60 degrees Celsius, but god, it exceeded my expectations. So the results are full load with overclocking of GPU by 200 MHz and memory by 600 MHz. In the full load we are getting 46 degrees Celsius. Amazing! The memory chips are also staying in the much lower temperatures. It's 60 degrees maximum, and it's also amazing. And there is also another big advantage to this upgrade. It's quiet, you don't hear fan spinning when your GPU is running full load, so I'm pretty happy. Well, the summary. Custom water-cooled GPU is the best probably upgrade you can get for your PC, if you have all the parts already in there. And I think you should definitely do it if you already had CPU custom water block installed. But if you are doing the upgrade from beginning, you probably will have to pay quite a lot, about 400 or 500 bucks at least, so look for that. But what you need to consider that this upgrade is only needed for workstations or super powerful cool gaming PCs. If you're having like a normal PC, you don't need this upgrade, just get some Noctua CPU cooler, which will be good. But personally I need this upgrade. I don't want my graphics card to die during the shortage of GPUs, and I want my PC to work well, especially as a workstation while I'm doing some editing, 8K video editing, photo editing and stuff. So it's really important for me. So yes, this upgrade is amazing, and if you have a powerful PC with good graphics card, you should look into it. And if you have money, go for it. It's a must-have. Meanwhile, I'm really happy. I'm just sad that I haven't done it before. Well, that's it, guys. That was my second English video. So keep staying active, be very active, write a lot of comments, likes, and subscribe, obviously. And then I'll be continuing making those videos in English for you. Meanwhile, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.